Whenever Richard Cory went downtown, we people on the pavement looked at him. He was a gentleman from salty crown, clean favored and imperially slim, and he was always quietly arrayed, and he was always human when he talked. But still he fluttered pulses when he said, "Good morning," and he glittered when he walked.
I don't believe it. Let Richard Gere can have. That man had everything. He had the reason. So handsome. So elegant. I miss him so. Why would someone who has so much liquor go and do a thing like that? He saved my best friend. He was such a great man. I miss seeing his beautiful smile. He was just yesterday when he said to me, "Good morning." You never talked to him a beautiful man. Big deal. Cory was in all that great. How dare you speak to that to Mr. Cory? He is such an exceptional man. Did anyone hear how he did it? Gun. With a gun. Shot himself right from the head. Where did he find him? In his bedroom. Did he leave a note? I don't think so. Did he find out why he did it? I met him before. And he's single. Oh, yeah. He's so intelligent. Oh, yeah. May I have everyone's attention, please? A few minutes ago, Councilor Barrow has went over Mr. Richard Cory's last will and testament. It would appear that Mr. Cory has left his entire estate to this town and its inhabitants. Congratulations! You will all be notified to attend the public reading of this will. Bless you, Mr. Cory. God watch over his soul. So you're right. Richard Cory was an exceptional man. Sister, can you give us any information at all on Cory?
I'd like to help in any ways that I can, but everything that Richard have told me was in confidence. He left no note, which means that he does not want any circumstances of his death made public. This will be very difficult for you. But is it necessary for you to know all the details?
Sister, all deaths must be investigated, whether they are murder or suicide. That is the law.
Well, is it really necessary to have a newspaper reporter present?
Sorry, sister. I was assigned this assignment. I didn't ask for it. Besides, Cory was most well-known man in this town. Not only in this town, but all over Eastern United States. People are curious about what happened to him. Thus, the paper is obliged to print what people want to read.
Surely I don't want you to lose the law, nor for me to break the law. For that matter, I'll try to cooperate.
Thank you, Father. We'd appreciate it. Cory came to this town, it seems, out of nowhere. Do you know where he came from?
I believe he came from Boston. He worked for a bank up there. He came here to start his own business. He thought that he might do well in this town. You know the rest. He prospered very well. Does he have any family? Has he ever been married? There's a wife, I believe. There was a divorce.
Any children?
Yes, one daughter. However, she died. Very unfortunate. It was an accident.
What sort of accident?
Richard came to me one day. He was very upset. He told me that he needed someone to talk to. I never knew that he was like so sad. He really wanted to make amends.
Go on, Richard. Continue.
It was just as simple as that, Father. I was nothing but a coward.
Richard, no, not a coward. You suffered from a phobia. It is an illness that can strike anyone.
No one can imagine how much I felt watching her in the water, seeing her go under and Father, I couldn't save her.
But Richard, even if you had jumped in that water, you might not have been able to save her. It doesn't take very long to drown. It can happen in seconds. Richard, you must not carry this guilt around with you the rest of your life.
I really didn't want to go to the lake that day, but I was too ashamed to tell Vilma about my fear of the waters. Besides, I didn't want to deprive Diana of the chance to learn how to swim. Vilma was a good swimmer, but she had gone back to the lake house to fix our picnic lunch. After we buried Diana, I left everything behind and came to this town. Started all over again. Vilma went her own way too.
Richard, do you try to see your ex-wife?
I've been trying to communicate with her ever since it happened. She will not see me. She puts the entire blame for Diana's death on me. The last time I tried, she said that I should never bother her again. She remarried a few months ago and she does not want to be reminded of the past. She adored her daughter Diana, as I did. She'll never forgive me, never understand. When Diana died, everything between us was good.
I'm sorry, Richard. I didn't realize how final things were between you. I rather hope that Vilma would one day be a source of comfort for you.
Comfort is what I come here for, Father. Your listening helps more than anything else. I really don't expect to find total peace within myself ever again. That's why I throw myself into the business. I've made more money in the last 5 years than anyone else in this country. I have the finest house, finest clothes, the finest food, the best wine, and yet I have nothing. If only those people who gave at me in the public square knew. If only they knew.
You've been very charitable to those people, Richard. Most of them are alive today because of you. It was so kind of you to build that shelter for the homeless and to provide food and clothing. And Richard, what about the other things you've done? Setting up all those scholarship funds and building the hospital. You have so many people grateful to you.
There's only one thing I don't have, and that's my family.
Yes, Richard Cory. Everyone in this town admired him. And never forget the day of that fire. He was just coming out of his office when he discovered it. Richard Cory, what a paradox. A phobia for water but no fear of fire. And though he was unable to rescue his own daughter, he was able to fetch the child away from those flames. So you see, gentlemen, we cannot look inside a man's heart and know all that goes on in there. Well, do you have your story now?
Yes, I believe so.
What will your report be?
That Richard Cory was despondent over the death of his daughter, that she drowned accidentally. Well, that should be sufficient.
And you, Investigator Stone, how will your report be?
My report? Oh, yes. Well, we just wanted to make sure that there was no foul play involved. It will say on the report that the reason for Cory's suicide was because of depression, or something to that effect.
Well, thank you, General. And so, dear Richard Cory, we were about to lay you to rest. Our hearts are heavy on this day, for you will be most assuredly be missed by all of us. We thank you for all your kindness and generosity, and we send you to our Maker asking for compassion, understanding, and forgiveness. To all of you, the people of this town, I ask you to stop questioning and please remember the proverb. Each heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can save its joy.
Mommy, thank you for the deliver. You're welcome. Diane, be careful.
Mommy, come on, get me, Mommy!
Okay, I will.
I love you, Mrs. Cory.
I love you too, Richard. And I'm so happy to be Mrs. Cory. Think of all the years we'll be together. I'm so happy with you. Sister, can I speak to you a moment?
Can it be? Can it really be?
Yes. Do you know who I am?
You're Vilma, are you not?
Yes, I'm Vilma. And I'm one day too late. I was going to mail this yesterday, but then I heard what happened. Here, take it. I must go. Please, Father, read it. And if you can, please bury it with Richard. Thank you. Dear Richard, I would like a chance to meet with you and discuss the tragic events of 5 years ago. Although I have tried to forget about Diana and you, the memories of our life together haunt me every day. Richard, I think I am ready to forgive you. I cannot bear this hurt any longer. My husband, who is a fine and wonderful man, has urged me to contact you. I think we can help each other to bury the pain and keep alive the memory of our dear and wonderful girl. Sincerely, Vilma.
And he was rich. Yes, richer than a king, and admirably schooled in every grace. In fine, we thought that he was everything, to make us wish that we were in his place. So on we worked, and waited for the light, and went without the met, and cursed the bread. And Richard Cory, one come summer night, went home and put a bullet through his head.